Hey guys, Monastery here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the new rocket-assisted solar sidearm called Aberrant Action. This weapon is probably the most anticipated weapon in this episode, because it's the first of its kind, and with how popular rocket sidearms are, I am not surprised that people want to get their hands on this weapon. A good part about this weapon is that you can also acquire it as a red border weapon to craft it and enhance the perks on it. So the best way to farm this weapon as of right now is completing the new Act 2 story week 1. After that, you will be unlocking 2 of the 3 new battleground missions. Once you have these missions, you can run them by going to the helm and select them and start them from here. These missions are extremely fun to play and take roughly 10 minutes to finish if you have a fast team. After every completion, you have a chance of receiving a red border weapon from this episode. Also, a very important thing to do is to collect all the radiolite you can find on the way down. These will be scattered around the map while you run the mission. And in addition, if you have a hammer strike, you can activate these pistons in the mission. Once you activate the piston, an earthquake will happen, and after that, it will spawn in more of the radiolite nodes in the near vicinity of the piston. Go and pick up all of them. Once you have collected a total of 120 grams of all these radiolite, you can go to the radiolite collector at the end of the mission or in the helm. Dunk all your radiolite available. This can get you some extra weapons, possible red borders, and even exotic armor. And another way to get weapon rolls and red borders is by decrypting engrams at failsafe in the helm, which can potentially give you red borders. So what you should do pretty much is run the battlegrounds mission with a good team, run through them, get an engram, get the weapons, collect all the radiolite, and then go to the helm once you have enough engrams, decrypt them, and hope for more red borders or good weapon rolls. Okay, so now that you have farmed a few aberrant actions, let's talk about the weapon perks and the normal rolls you should keep and what you want to craft later on the weapon. So first off, this is a solar special rocket assisted sidearm that comes with the origin trait called Radiolaria Transposer, and this perk reads that rapid final blows will cause the target to explode into a pool of radiolaria fluid. This means that every few final blows it will create a pool of radiolaria fluid, as you can see on screen right now. This pool will linger for 2.5 seconds and can damage enemies that walk through it. This origin trait is good with the episode artifact perk called Logic Reductor that reads: weapons with the Radiolaria Transposer origin perk deal increased damage to Vex. Extends the duration of the radiolaria pools created by Radiolaria Transposer. This perk expands the duration from the pools from 2.5 seconds to 5 seconds in duration. Alright guys, so this weapon has a very big pool of good perks that you can choose from. So let's see what we're gonna get and what we're going to craft on it. In the third column, we have Strategist, Pugilist, Field Prep, Beacon Rounds, Threat Detector, Ambitious Assassin, and Healclip. In the fourth column, we have Snapshot Sights, Harmony, Golden Tricorn, Demolitionist, Swashbuckler, Reverberation, and Incandescent. So let's talk about the perks and combinations you want to keep and craft on this weapon. The first and most obvious perk combination I want to talk about is Healclip with Incandescent. This combination is probably going to be the most used one and the one I use as of right now. So let's break down the perks. Starting with Healclip, this perk states that reloading shortly after a final blow grants cure to you and your nearby allies. This pretty much means that you have roughly 5 seconds after a final blow to reload and activate this perk, which will give you cure times 2, which is equal to 120 HP, and your allies in 50 meters will receive cure times 1, which is equivalent to 60 HP. This perk can be really nice if you're in a sticky situation where you are low health in a gunfight, so you can just reload and get a chunk of your health back. Once you enhance Healclip, this perk's activation time goes up by 5 seconds, from 5 seconds to 5.5 seconds after a final blow. Next, we have Incandescent. This perk states that defeating a target spreads Scorch to those nearby. More powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause Scorch in a larger radius. This perk is a good AoE choice because it applies 30 Scorch stacks on enemies within 4 meters that are red bars, and guardians and higher rank health targets will spread the Scorch in 8 meter radius. And if you have the solar fragment called Ember of Ashes equipped, this will go up from 30 Scorch stacks to 40 Scorch stacks, which makes it pretty easy to get the ignitions off easier. Once you enhance Incandescent, this will increase the Scorch stacks with Ember of Ashes from 40 to 45 per final blow. As you can see in the background gameplay right now, this perk combination is amazing to just blast through big groups of enemy and cause solar ignitions everywhere. This perk combination can be combined with a few solar fragments, such as Ember of Char, that will spread Scorch on ignitions, Ember of Eruption, that will give your solar ignitions an increased area of effect, and Ember of Ashes that will, as mentioned before, increase the Scorch stacks on final blows to reach ignitions earlier. Another role that I want to talk about is Ambitious Assassin with Incandescent. So this could be nice to use because of Ambitious Assassin. This perk reads, overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid final blows before reloading. This perk can overfill your magazine by a total of 150% of your normal magazine capacity. Each final blow you get will overfill your weapon by 10% on the next reload, and you have 7 seconds of time after the final blow to activate this perk. This can leave you with a total of 36 rounds and up in the magazine, which is nice because you wouldn't have to reload that much no more. The next 3 perks that I want to talk about that you can combine are Strategist and Pugilist in the 3rd column, and the 4th column Demolitionist. These perks will give you 10% of their retrospective energy back. For Strategist, it will give you class ability. For Pugilist, it will give your melee energy back, and for Demolitionist, you will get grenade energy back. If you enhance these perks, you will get up to 11% per final blow. These perks could be really interesting if you want to use this weapon in a heavy ability focused build. The last interesting perk that is on this weapon is Reverberation. This perk states that final blows with this weapon increase the size of its detonation for a short duration. So the way this perk works is, after a final blow, you have 5.5 seconds. This will increase the blast radius of the weapon slightly and also increase the size of the pools that will be left after rapid final kills by roughly double the size. So now that we have talked about the perks that I definitely recommend on this weapon and that are good, let's talk about the Godroll on this weapon. So for Godrolls on this weapon, we definitely have one big outlier that is probably the best, and the one I recommend is Healclip and Incandescent. This perk combination just gives you a lot of help in different situations. So with this perk combination, you will get health back on every single final blow you do after reloading, and you will be able to clear big groups of enemy fast and with ease. The other perks and traits you want on this Godroll is a Velocity Masterwork with Quick Launch and Flared Magwell for faster reload speed and a bit of stability. So my final words on this weapon are that it's definitely worth the weapon slot. If you don't have other options like Indebted Kindness, which is also a pretty nice weapon because of Volt Shot, and something like Lead from Gold. And if you want to use something different than the call in the primary slot, you can just put this weapon in and still have a rocket assisted sidearm in your loadout. Alright, so that would be it for today's weapon review. If you want to see more videos like these, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment on what role you are going for, and we will see each other next video, Guardian. Thanks for watching.